What's going on, guys? My name is Skal, and today we are starting off here in our test world that some of you will have come to know and recognise by now, even though we actually are in just a hole right now and there's no test world to be seen. You can see if I put my head out here, you can see all the different structures and stuff we have in this world. And right here we have a squid farm, as you guys will be able to see. It's going to stop as soon as I get near to it, just because of the way that the squid spawning algorithm works. But this has been running for about 5 minutes, and yeah. Holy, basically, this thing is working absolute wonders. And I know some of you will be thinking, well, yeah, well, this is a super flat world, so obviously mob spawning rates are massively increased because there's no caves, no dungeons. Well, you'd be wrong. So this is basically how this farm is going to work in the overworld, and you'll see actually over here, I built a mock version of this farm here. And the story behind this, I was watching False Symmetry before, and she built this farm. This kind of same style farm in a world. This is by no means the same farm. This is literally just the same concept. Squid farms are one of the easiest things to make in the game. They are so self-explanatory. They're great. And I simply made this, stood back, and was like, why is it not working? Hello? Any squid home? Why is it not working? So I went onto the wiki, the Minecraft wiki, and found out that squid can actually only spawn between level 45 and ocean level. In this world, ocean level would be 63 because the ground is 63, right there, as you can see. So I basically took the structure block, grabbed this whole thing, made a massive hole in the ground with some bunch of TNT, which was a bit of fun there, and plopped this thing down, and it works absolutely perfectly whilst we're in here. And I found that from standing right here in this corner, it works to its maximum efficiency. You see, as soon as I got here, then it started to spawn squid once again. So, again, I don't really know what I'm doing because I don't really know where to be stood to AFK. You see, it's booted up at ridiculous speeds right now. I don't know why squid farms work. Well, I do know why the squid farms work this fast, and I'll explain in a second. But yeah, basically, when I'm stood here, I'm far away enough from it that it spawns squid, but not close enough to it that it stops spawning the squid. So I don't know. But basically, there's a perfect distance away, which you have to be, and this whole like corner here happens to be in that spot. So what I'm going to do before we build this thing in our world is I'm going to basically do some more research into the spawning algorithms and how things like that work. But basically the logic behind this thing is that there has been a bug in Minecraft for the longest time where squid don't spawn in water, they spawn in liquid, of which there are two, water and lava. Squid can, however, only swim in water, so all of these blocks in here, all 25 times 550 odd blocks of lava in there. I know there's quite a lot, it's crazy. They all count as spawning spaces for squid, and then the squid can't swim against the lava and they instantly fall down and die, and it's great. This thing is glorious. It also has an off feature, as you can probably tell by the crazy redstone going on up here, just like that. And again, this is no one's design. This is actually just entirely my own design. Yeah, there you go, it's going to clear away now. But again, it's not really, I don't really think a tutorial is required for this kind of farm. It's so self-explanatory. You don't even need all this, and this is the only even nearly complicated bit. You just need a chunk of lava between the layers 45 and 63, and then a long drop. Simple as that. So good, so effective, and very pointless as well. But that's besides the point. Moving on. So, here we are, back in the LP world as usual. I thought we'd take a little trip to the Nether before we got started off today. How am I on food? 21 pumpkin pie, so we're good to go there. We're going to take a little trip to the Nether here. I've got some chorus fruits growing here from last episode, by the way. If you haven't seen last episode, we basically went to... Hello, Husk. We went to the end, and we acquired some wings, and... Oh, there we go. Flying about there. Guys, no. Oh. And they've both gone. Great. Basically, we acquired some wings and also got some chorus fruit as well, so that is how that stuff is now growing in the distance over there. Guys, please don't kill me. Oh no, we get lag spikes when we go in the Nether. Oh, I remember now. Wait, stop. Stop. Okay. How do we fix this? I'm going to temporarily decrease our render distance to 2. Has it fixed the problem? Okay, it's fixed the problem. But we can only see 2 chunks in front of us now, which is not really a fix in my opinion. But good enough. Where's the spider? I can hear him but can't see him, and that's worrying me. Where are you, buddy? Spider. Mr. Spider. Out of sight, out of mind, I don't care. Let's increase the render distance up to back up to 24 again. It should now slowly increase the render distance and not give us massive lag spikes. Have we just found a fix for the problem? I sort of. It's not perfect, but it's much better than it was before. So basically, I think what the problem is that since I play on 24 chunk render distance because I can handle it with Optifine on my beast computer, every time I'm in the overworld, it loads 24 chunks, and then when I go into the Nether, it continues to try and load 24 chunks. Obviously, that's a lot more difficult to load 24 chunks in the Nether than it is the overworld. So I kind of wish there was a way to have something like, say, 16, which is pretty normal in the Nether, and 24 in the overworld. That would solve all my problems, but unfortunately there isn't really a good way of doing that, so we'll just have to cope with what we have for now, and I'll have to cope with a half-loaded world. So the first thing we have to do whilst we're here is get ourselves some more lava, like that. I'm going to do a spin to delay my descent there, which is a cool little trick you can do with the elytra. And we're going to grab some more lava. The furnace machine is starting to run a bit low, so I figured we'd get some more. So can I get some from here? If you didn't know the story behind this lava lake, by the way, the idea is that we're trying to basically clear this entire lava lake of its lava, slowly but steadily by draining it and using it in a giant furnace machine. So maybe one day we'll come back here in like a year's time and this lake will just be completely drained and we can build something here, I guess? I don't really know. But that is basically my goal. So I said we want to do a little trip around the Nether today. I have some other things in mind as well. I actually made a bunch of signs, which I of course forgot to bring. I mean, of course I did. How could I not? But we have to go put these lava buckets back anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. Let's go straight back through. Eat some pie. Om nom nom. And it's daytime for some reason. That was a long day, I guess. Right, you can get out of my face, because... Oh, no. Okay, first of all, Windows 10, I'll restart you later, you don't have to tell me. You can go away. Husk aren't strong, but they're so annoying. Because I have to sit here and have my hunger drain now for 30 seconds. Like, it's not fair. That's too long, okay? And why isn't the world loading? Is it still on 2 render distance? It's still on 2 for some reason. Let's just boot it back, straight back up to 24. Because it's very easy to handle in the overworld, just like that. There's the beautiful new HD sun. Are we done with food yet? There we go, hunger's gone. Okay, eat some more food. Yeah, the husk are not strong. They're just very annoying, but whatever. So here's the furnace machine. We actually have another bucket ready to go here. I'm going to fill this chest back up with its lava, just like that. And I'll store the bucket in the bottom chest as well, where it's supposed to go, right there. We have some more materials for potions and brewery. And we can put the rotten flesh and stuff back inside where the signs are. So today I basically wanted to sign up the Nether. If you don't know what that is, it's basically where our tunnels are starting to get a little bit complex now, so we can basically use these signs to give ourselves an idea of where everything actually is, because I'm starting to lose track of myself in the Nether. Last episode, after we finished everything, I actually went off and found a mesa. It's about 2,000 blocks in that direction, and I found myself some clay. Been crafting up some cyan stain clay here for the modern build, and we do actually need to get some more at some point soon. But there has been a halt in the progress of this build because things have changed. I will discuss more on that later, but for now we're going to go sign up the Nether. So yeah, here we go. This might be a bit boring actually, I'm going to cut. Okay, so this is our main intersection right here. This goes to the stronghold and the ocean, and this one is the main intersection that goes to the swamp, I think, and the mesa. I don't know. Let's just do it. So this one is definitely the stronghold, stronghold base, and the ocean are that away, like that. And I'm pretty sure this one is the mesa and the swamp that away. I think we should just check, to be honest, because I can't really remember. I've decreased my render distance to about 8 again, by the way, to cope for this. This is like back in the good old days, when I used to have my laptop and I used to play Minecraft on my Acer Aspire with my weird 6 gigs of RAM and 640GB hard drive. It was a very weird laptop. I used to play on 8GB render distance all the time, so that's like a... that's what I'm kind of used to in my mind. This is the Mesa portal, by the way. I already know what that is, I don't need to check it. I'll show you guys the Mesa again later if you guys really do want to see it. But over this very dangerous and very stupid bridge, guy, please, we have, I think, the swamp. The thing is, I know we have a swamp, but where the hell do those sticks come from? I don't know. Ignore that. I know we have a swamp, but I don't know where this portal leads to specifically, and I don't know where the swamp one is. So I'm putting 2 and 2 together and getting swamp. So I think this is the swamp portal, but we'll just check because I don't actually remember. Here we go. Swamp. Swamp. Okay, this is the swamp. Good, good. So this is where we need to be if we want to find slimes and stuff. And look at the new custom colours as well. I'm glad I came here now. I did recently install a new colour pack, as you guys may know, which came with the HD Sky, and it basically makes the swamp colours much more... much nicer on the eyes, I'm going to say, because it really is. Everything looks much better, but the foliage still stays like a nice dark, rich green here, you can see. The grass just looks like it's like marshland, I guess? I don't really know. But yeah, so this is the swamp. The mesa is actually in between the swamp and our base, so it's basically that direction, hence by the portal positioning that you guys saw before. We have the dark oak forest over there, although we already have dark oak trees. Is this an ocean over here? Let's turn around the distance back up. Because if this is an ocean, we might explore it, because I am actually in need of finding an ocean monument pretty soon. Hello, Elytra? I'm actually in need of finding an ocean monument pretty soon. Elytra, hello? Work, please. Yeah, this is an ocean right here, so we could actually use the swamp portal in order to find an ocean monument, which could be good. I'm just going to have a quick peek, actually, because I don't really know what to expect from out here. But yeah, this is the kind of place we need to be exploring in the future, but not right now, not today. But yeah, this is interesting. This is actually... Even though I've been here before, I haven't been to the swamp in, like, 2 months of real-life time. A lot of episodes of recording time. And there's, like, a volcano island over there, which is cool. But yeah, in theory, if we venture out enough into the ocean, we will find an ocean monument. And that's a spruce island. Do we have spruce? I don't think we do, actually. There's spruce on the island, and I don't have spruce yet. I want a boat. I actually want to go to that island now. I just want the spruce tree. How sad is that we've come to the point where I just desperately want to buy a spruce tree now? Elytra finally worked whilst we were in the middle of water. But I'll come back to that later because that's going to be boring for me to go find on camera here. So look at that, you can swim in Elytra mode. How cool is that? Oh my god, it's like a realistic swimming animation. Why isn't this just in the game? Like, what? That should just be the swimming animation. Are you serious, Minecraft? I bugged a better swimming animation than you could achieve, so yeah, so there. Right, let's just head back into the nether. So I've signed up the nether now. I think we can get on with what I wanted to really talk about today, which was entirely about the future of our little spawn village. And I've actually already had this idea in the past. I wanted to put it into action today, though. So, yeah, I'll see you guys back at the main place. Okay, so here we are, back at spawn, and if you didn't see before, this is what the chorus plants look like in the middle of the day. These things are actually due for a harvest right now, which is interesting to see by the little flower buds having sprout at the top there, as you can see. But as you can see here, these things are actually growing on endstone, they're not growing on sand. I just actually realised, kind of coincidentally, that these things actually fit in quite nicely. They seem to just kind of blend quite well into the sand, which is expected considering the two very similarly coloured blocks. But, on to more urgent matters. This whole thing's got to come down. And it's barely built too. I almost feel bad. But it took me ages to collect the quartz, and that was a pain, and therefore I don't really like this thing, so it doesn't really matter anyway. But here's the deal. This is what we're going to be doing today. I have very, very, very long-term goals for this world. One of which is to mine out the entirety of spawn. You may notice that every single thing we build here is temporary. Temporary sugarcane farm, temporary little house using simply the bare bones of a temple. We have a temporary furnace set up here, we have temporary chorus fruit farm, temporary little stable, temporary netherwort farm, temporary very simple brewing station, permanent house? What? No, not happening. Right, everything here is temporary for a reason, because it's all going. Every single thing that you see here in, say, 30 episodes time, 40 episodes time, will have been completely removed. And that sounds kind of crazy, and it is kind of crazy, but there is a reason why we're moving to the stronghold base in the future, because the entirety of spawn will be a giant... almost testing zone, I guess you could say. It's not really a testing zone, it's more of just and I can build anything here and not have to worry about spawn rates, mob spawning, you know, terrain heights and things, weather. That's what this is actually for. The entirety of this area is going to be dug out so that it's at about layer 10, and by doing that we will collect mountains of stone, mountains of iron, mountains of gold, mountains of diamonds kind of thing. So we will be done for mining for years, preferably, and we will have a giant space where we can build and construct anything, and it's going to be epic. and it's going to take absolutely ages, and I am really not looking forward to the process of this, but it's going to be split up by quite a lot. The way I see it is we're going to basically mark out a giant boundary now in the morning of where we want to mine out, and it's going to be quite cleverly positioned based on spawn rates and how far things have to be away from the player. And we're going to do some research now, and basically, when this is all done, I don't really know, to be honest. I've never done anything like this before. I've never done anything on this big of a scale, and I'm kind of excited to try it. But I guess we'll see. So what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to grab a bunch of cobblestone, and we're going to do a little bit of research. So I'm going to do a lot of this. I'm just going to grab all of it for now, because it probably isn't even enough, to be honest. And we're going to head outside, and we're going to start trying to think about how this is going to all work. Now, as you guys will know, worlds are connected up by nether portals. Nether portals are everything. They link you up between, worlds and the next. This one obviously can link to the mesa, the swamp, the stronghold, the ocean, everything. This connects me to everything. This connects me to my fuel source, for Christ's sake. So everything is going to be centered around the nether portal, rather unexpectedly. So basically, what we want to do is find out spawn rates and spawn radii of different types of mobs, and then go out that far, and a bit more, so we have room to move around as well, and we're going to mark out a giant freeform boundary. Now, quite a common thing to do when people do things similar to this is to mark out a giant square boundary. First of all, if I try and do a square boundary, I will no doubt muck it up and it will look terrible. And second of all, I don't want a square boundary. I want this thing to actually naturally merge into the real world, and we are going to build up boundaries at the sides of the world when this whole thing is finished. So it's not that massive of an eyesore. It will be an eyesore in the end. Maybe it won't actually. Maybe it'll look really good. I don't know. We yet to see. But hopefully it won't be an eyesore. But regardless of what happens, we are going to build this thing up into the sides of the world at the end. And if the whole thing's square, it's going to look unnatural regardless. So yeah, basically we're going to use cobblestone to basically mark out a completely custom boundary, hopefully following the pattern of nearby biomes if we can. So I'm going to pause for a second here, just like that, and I'm going to do some research. I'm going to get Google up and find out the spawn radius of some different things, and I'll come back to you with the information in just a sec. Okay, so after a short little break here, I am back. I've done some research on the Minecraft wiki using the Minecraft forums as usual, and I found some information. So this is to do with the radius from the player. The radius is of a circle, not of a square, as some people would usually assume. Beacons, mob spawning, the game's programming all works in circle radii, which is kind of interesting regarding the fact that the game is entirely cubic voxel based, which is kind of annoying really, but whatever, what can you do? And the numbers basically are, in a circle, like a giant sphere area around the player, 0 to 16 blocks, mob spawners activate. Mobs cannot spawn, but when you are within 0 to 16 blocks of a mob spawner, it will activate, spawning up to 4 mobs at once, as we all know. 16 to 24 blocks, nothing happens, nothing at all. 24 to 32 blocks, so this is basically in between 1 and 2 chunks away, mobs will spawn. This is the kind of mob spawning you get at night, where things spawn and start to walk towards you. If it's more than 32, however, mobs will spawn too far away from you to notice you and will just stand there idle unless they're called to you by another zombie. That's an entirely different mechanic though. And if they're 128 blocks plus away, mobs will not actually not spawn, as I've written here, but they instantly despawn. But the game treats it as if they've just not spawned at all, so it's the same means, really. So, basically what we need to do is we need to go out from our center point, which we've decided is going to be the portal right here, and we need to choose, like, kind of a massive outline for our area, and I don't really know how we're going to go about doing that, but if this is the center, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to call this, bam, that's the center. That is the center of our objects, and it's going to be not 128 blocks in radius, as you'd expect from the fact that everything spawns in a 128 block radius. It's going to be more than that. I'm actually going to get my calculator up here and do a bit of mathematics here. So we have 128 times 1. Wait, no. Times 1.35 is 172.8. So decided 175 blocks away is where this thing's going to be, and I don't really know where that is, so I'm going to grab a speed potion, because it's probably going to be quite helpful in this instance. So as the speed, give me my speed, there it is, speed potions, okay. And we're going to use this thing to make our travel a little bit easier. But Sculliver, you could use the horses. I don't care, I really do not care. Let's just use the speed potions, I prefer them for the maneuverability. So this is currently 324, so 324 plus 175 is actually a really easy number to work out. It's just simply 500. So I'm going to go to Z for not 400, 500. So yeah, basically I've got to run 150 blocks here. And that is going to mark one of the sides of our giant project here. And already, just as far as I'm running, this is currently about half of a radius. This is a ridiculous amount of space. I am never going to do this. How much space are we going to have to mine out? I mean, it's going to be worth it in the end because we'll be able to do so much stuff. But at the same time, it's going to be very cool. So here we are. 500 blocks is about there. Right there. That's crazy. Right, this is the edge. Okay. And unloaded is the center. Holy. Okay. It's a lot of space, but it'll be worth it. I guarantee it'll be worth it. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to that center block and do the exact same thing on the X and the negative Z as well, and we'll see where the edges of our little area are going to be. This is going to be absolutely crazy, but like I said at the beginning of the episode, I have high hopes and what do you call it? I have big ambitions. I'm ambitious. There we go. Right, so here's the center block. So we need to basically now minus 175 from this. So let's just call it 325 for ease. Minus 175 from that would be 150. Yeah, 150. So we need to go to Z150. And that is going to be the other edge, the opposite side of our build here. And yes, regarding things like water, rivers, and lakes in the nearby area, they're all going because they've got to. I mean, we can't just leave a lake here, can we? What good is that? So here we go. Last one I'm gonna do on camera, just to show you guys what the kind of thing that we're getting at here. But this one actually looks to be over a mountain, which is interesting. Let's head on up here. I can just get some food. This is where having ender pearls is gonna be nice. I do mean to get ender pearls at some point in the future. Very soon, preferably. Very soon. Again, I have lots of plans. Very ambitious future, as you guys know. So we're almost there. Should be around here. I have to mine this entire mountain. That's incredible. So, 206-ish. Let's go. Overshot it by a ton because of the elytra. It's going to be about there. That's the other edge. It's like in an area of terrain that we've never even visited before. That's the other edge of the boundary for the world hole. I'm going to call it the world hole. Seems like a good name for this whole thing, considering how obstructive it is. But yeah, basically now I'm going to do that on the other coordinates there. I'm going to go run a hell of a lot that way and run a hell of a lot that way, and we'll see where the edges are. So I'm going to cut, do that, and be right back. So here we go, block number 3. It's not, the spawn isn't even in sight. This is ridiculous. And there it is, the final point, all the way out here, somewhere in between the base and that village we found ages ago. I don't know where we are, but yeah, basically the entire edges are marked out now. So we have the 4, not corners, but the 4 sides of everything. And basically, at some point in the future now, one of our jobs is to go around and try and freeform as best we can in between those points. I'm not really sure how the best way is to do that, but I guess we'll just find out. We'll find out along the way, I guess. Again, I'm not really entirely sure, so we'll just figure it out as we go. But here we are, back at home. I actually have no idea how long this episode is. It's all seemed to have just blended together, and we're not going to be able to do this today, are we? So I'm going to cut for a second and go take a look at everything we've done. So I will cut, see how long the video is, and we'll see what we're going to do next. If anything at all, we might just finish here. Who knows? Wait and see. Well, looking at the recording time, this episode is looking to be a decent length right now, so I'm going to call it a day right here, quickly before I farm up these things, as we do. Farming these is actually quite complicated. You have to basically build your way to the top. Break all the flowers you can see, so that one, 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 and yeah, it's quite a lengthy process, honestly, having to do this all the time, and we'll probably find some way, well, we'll definitely find some way of doing it better off in the future, but for now, this is the best way we have for farming these things, and as long as we've made a profit, then there isn't really much need to do anything else. Let's just have a look. We've got one over here, like 3 or 4 over there. This one here as well. We have fruits down here. How do I get back to my pillar? There we go. As long as we've made, as long as we have 9, yeah, we have 14, so we're actually fine to just cut all these things down now, and so we'll still make a profit, which is pretty decent. So yeah, I can basically choose to go around and harvest these things if I want to. So like that one right there, that one. That's hardly great. Look at that. That's made one flower. Look, that's pathetic. You call yourself a chorus plant? Like, come on. One there as well. There, and there, and then we can just have some fun destroying these things. So, oh. It's so good. I love it. It's actually quite laggy, apparently, though. But there you go. These things are like the most satisfying things to farm ever. You have to do that really difficult and annoying, frustrating bit of climbing up really high into some weird, fundly non-conformed plants in order to find little flowers which look virtually the same as the actual stems themselves. But then you get that really satisfying bit where you just knock it all down and it looks glorious. So yeah, I'm going to replant these things right now, and you'll get an idea right now as how fast these things grow, because they actually grow really quickly. Like, I'd say in the space of a single Minecraft day, these entire things will be done growing. It's crazy. They grow at a crazy fast rate. There we go. As you can see right there. Already growing. Wow. See? 3. How the hell did you get out? Just ignore that. Anyway. You're supposed to be growing fast, guys. Whatever, they don't care, apparently, so there we go. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Today's been a pretty good episode for me. I have done some pretty good things. It has been a relatively short one today, which is fine, but I'm actually about to go record some mod blocks straight after this episode, after maybe I get changed and get a drink here, because I'm feeling pretty bad after getting in from school. But yeah, basically, today's been good. We've got some stuff sorted. I've discussed some plans for the future, some great and amazing plans. I find it's actually quite fun to parkour on these things when they're growing, because they make for decent parkour challenges. As you can see there, I'm actually failing it terribly. But yeah, what am I trying to say here? I had a point. I promise I have a point of some sort. Oh, triple. That's incredible. But yeah, basically, we've got some stuff done today. It's good. I've discussed future plans. We've been to the Nether. We've restocked the lava furnace generator machine thingy. Got all this stuff cooking in here, including some orange stained clay right now, which is pretty decent. What? Someone told me I could smelt that and it would turn back into hardened clay. And I believed them. I feel cheated. Turns out you can't smelt hardened clay. Is that common knowledge, or am I just stupid? I don't know. What the hell do you do with hardened clay then? What do you... I guess there's not much you can do. Well, on that bombshell, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one, and if you're about to go watch my other series, Mod Block, which is a personal favourite of mine right now, feel free to go click episode 3, which will be the next one up on my channel, and you can watch me, you know, mess around with some trees and some water on a floaty platform in the middle of a dangerous sky. So, yeah. But for now, I'm going to put this stuff back into storage right here and go get myself some more food because we are out. But, yeah. Anyway. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been Skalber. This has been Skal Plays Minecraft. And I hope to see you in the next one. Why the hell am my wings see-through? I don't know. Moving on. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.